Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Minnesota State Park Hiking Club Trail series. Today we traveled to Sunburg, Minnesota to take the hiking club trail at Monson Lake State Park. Monson Park is one of the 10 state parks added to Minnesota in 1937. The other parks were Gooseberry Falls, Flandrau, Lake Chetek, Lake Bronson, Lake Carlos, Blue Mounds, Beaver Creek Valley, Buffalo River, and Split Rock State Park. These were all added by the flurry of conservation between CCC and WPA Field Resources. Having been to all of these parks, I'm personally grateful for this preserved natural beauty set aside in that year. According to the DNR website, prior to becoming a state park, it was a local park in memory of members of the Roberg and Lundberg families who perished during the U.S.-Dakota War of 1862. There were two survivors from the attack on the West Lake settlement by Dakota attackers, Anna and Peter Broberg. The park is relatively small compared to others within the state park system, totaling only about 346 acres, but it does manage to encompass the lake, some wetlands, and hardwood forests. One can expect to see pelicans, herons, western grebes, and other songbirds while birdwatching at the park. For fish, the lake has walleye, northern pike, bass, and sunfish. It is quite a popular fishing spot. It's small enough where it operates as sort of a satellite state park, similar to Carly State Park or some of the others that have patches and apparel at other nearby larger state parks. This one, you have to go contact Sibley State Park or go in person to Sibley for some items. Checking in at a mile, the Monson Lake Hiking Club Trail is one of the shorter trails and only took us about 20 minutes to complete. The time of the year you take it will be important, as at certain times of the year it can be quite buggy. We took it on one of those times of the year and had to keep a good pace to ensure we weren't fully overwhelmed. The trail dives immediately into a pretty dense area of vegetation. Fortunately, though there is some brush that will hang over, the trail starts out pretty wide, but as you continue down it, it slowly narrows until you hit a few sections that are difficult to avoid the overhanging brush, and you will undoubtedly brush against it. So don't forget to check yourself for ticks after this hike. After the narrow section, the trail opens up a little more, at least above the waist, and it gives you an opportunity to look up and enjoy the beautiful canopy that hangs above you on the trail. Shortly thereafter, you are afforded a nice look into a field and a mild reduction in the number of bugs. The trail does pass over a road twice, so keep that in mind if you're hiking with the little hikers, and don't let them get too far ahead. I know it's challenging sometimes, especially if they're really excited to get you out there in the woods, but you want to make sure that they stay in sight and give them a little quick refresher on good trail etiquette and safety before you head out on the trails. The section on the other side of the road is right along the lake, but also is quite thick initially in the underbrush, but after a short distance opens up and provides some fascinating opportunities to see cool looking trees, both standing and toppled. My favorite part of this trail was the trees. There were numerous cool-looking old or toppled trees that provided that kind of variety you see in other types of woods. It made the bugs that were fierce in these sections worth combating to get a good look at these gorgeous and unique-looking trees. Some people may not enjoy seeing trees as much as I do, but I find it fascinating to look at them, both standing and when they're in a state of decay, and animals have kind of made nests within them or fungus has started to break them down. One of the most interesting things that I've ever seen was at Catalina State Park in Arizona. I just stood there for like 10 minutes taking in a downed and rotting cactus. You never really think about what that looks like, and it was just such a surreal thing to see from someone who grew up and lives in the northern states. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you want to follow the series to its conclusion, hit that subscribe button.